There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
This is the Morning Rush.
Dallas Cowboys. We are the Cowboys.
You know, every time I think Jerry Jones is going to be without a funny press conference clip or an interview snippet, I'm disproven over and over again. That was at the introductory press conference for Schottenheimer, Shotty, as Jerry Jones calls him, and it is amazing to me at his age that I love listening to him every day. I get he's unlike any owner in sports, not just football, but sports itself. And again, if you missed it,
Smiles and glory holes.
just an all-time line as we get going here this Tuesday morning. How are you? You got back-to-back days.
Where do you want me to go with that?
You know,
Smiles and glory holes.
I mean,
What are those?
glory holes? You want me to explain them to you?
I'm unfamiliar
The kids
with the
are
term.
the kids are at school.
No, let's not.
The kids are at school. We can go into.
I think he's talking about the oil and gas business.
Okay, that's what I assumed.
Yes. Yes.
As a guy that's watched Landman and now has
Yeah.
this incredible knowledge of everything that happens
Let's
in the
make
oil
the
and
naive
gas,
assumption that's what he was talking.
gas industry.
I don't think someone in their 80s probably uses
that term.
the
Well,
other definition.
Smiles and glory holes.
all time. Hey, it's Tuesday. Thanks for bringing that biscuit this morning. Back-to-back days. I feel like I actually have to get some work done today since yesterday was just like, oh, that was nice. Now I feel like, okay, there's incentive for me to actually do something productive today.
Yes, back-to-back. I mean, what was that?
Thank you, Lenny
drink
Wilson.
yesterday. Yeah, I got a
Food today.
deal on my phone. I can get a free biscuit. So I went and got you the free biscuit. So
That's it.
just thinking of you.
For the
I'm just thinking
managers,
of you.
as you always do, for the managers and owners listening, just if you're going to follow someone on how to conduct a business,
please.
the guy sitting to my left
Please.
is a good example of how you should treat your employees on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. Now I don't feel that way 24/7, but after that biscuit, I sure felt
Yeah. well,
adored, gratified, and happy here on this Tuesday.
glad I could be of service, sir.
Oh yeah,
Smiles and glory holes.
There you
smiles
go.
and glory holes.
Hey, if you're looking for a place to stay in Northwest Arkansas, our friends at the Inn at the Mill is always the spot that we bed down when we're needing a night's stay or putting up friends and family in Northwest Arkansas, conveniently located on 549 at the Johnson exit. Big, oversized suites. You like staying there because, got a great breakfast to start the day. Now that we're not
Cookies.
getting up at 4:30 in the morning, we can actually enjoy the breakfast. And also, like you said, cookies at check-in. I think it's really... For us, we've got our account, our setup. I'm in the computer, in the system. So you just call, and Jennifer handles the reservation. We called her the day. It takes like 30 seconds. You don't get hung up in a phone tree. It's just simple and easy. And the customer service is second to none. The Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800, 443-1800, or online at innatthemill.com.
So since 1997, in fact, on this day, Tommy, I don't know if you're familiar with this, Super Bowl, what was it, 30 took place in Tempe, Arizona. XXX, that's 30, right?
Yes.
Okay. Cowboys beat the Steelers 27-17, their last Super Bowl. And they've had a drought
You
since
think
then.
about that because it's in Tempe, Arizona State Stadium. One of those Super Bowls, I don't know if it's 29 or 31, they played at the Rose Bowl. And those are neat places. And I remember when Derek and I went out there for a baseball super regional there at Tempe.
God, I bet those Sun Devil girls couldn't keep their hands off Derek.
Well, I mean, I felt bad because, they were poor college students. They barely could afford clothes. They only had like a half a set to wear at a time. But you just look at that stadium, you think about, and then where they've come with the NFL and the Super Bowl, and now the mega, domes they play in with all the luxury seats. And and Jerry's, I don't say was the first of that group, but to think that they played a Super Bowl at a college football stadium a couple of times there in that stretch, not that many years ago, is amazing to me.
So help me on the wording here. I know I have to do this from time. Is it corporatization or corporating? Like when you corporatize something, is corporatize what I'm looking for? Like when you're moving into like a more of a business sector rather than the common man. Is that what I'm looking for?
Yeah,
the word.
I think
Okay. So
the corporatization.
the
of
corporatization of sports, and
Yeah.
it's more likely to happen in
the
professional leagues.
monetizing. Of,
Yeah,
you know.
the NFL and whatnot. But that to me seems way cooler going to a game in the Rose Bowl or
Oh, yeah.
Sun Devil Stadium than this one in New Orleans. And my dad actually, we were having a conversation last night. It's on the treadmill and we were just talking a little bit. He just wanted to catch up. And he's a Chiefs fan. Now, he's one of those Chiefs fans that's been a Chiefs fan for, as I reiterate this, for 50 some odd years. So I respect him. Don't respect anyone else that jumped on the bandwagon the last 7 years. But he made a point to say, Ty, I'd like to go to this game, but I don't want to pay $6,000 for a ticket. The nosebleeds right now are going for $6,000. And
Not
it's
worth
just,
it.
yeah. And
You know what I would do if I was a Chiefs fan?
what would you do?
I
Watching-
would go hang out for 2 or 3 days in New Orleans. I'd eat some great jambalaya and gumbo, and I'd go have some black and red fish. I'd hang out with other football fans in the French Quarter, and then about
That sounds-
Friday, I'd get the heck out of town.
Oh, you'd
And go
leave.
home. Yeah, because you're not going to pay the $6,000
Well, yeah,
for the
but
ticket, and you're not going to pay the premium for the hotel to stay anywhere near the Superdome.
don't you have a timeshare? Why don't you offer up your timeshare to a Chiefs?
I believe it's probably booked at this point. But I was looking a while back, and there were midweek rooms still available for like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday nights. I would figure out a way to go down, hang
That's
out,
not a bad idea.
tailgate, and then that's what I think the real experts do. The talking heads especially, they go down, do Radio Row, they do their stuff, and then they get out of town because about Thursday through Sunday is just a
Get a hurricane.
nightmare.
Get a hurricane at Pat O'Brien's. What's the famous? I almost said Reuben.
Never a bad time though to go to New Orleans,
No,
right?
it's that my parents.
Other than when a hurricane's coming to
So the experience that I go on down in New Orleans is consistent with alcohol and doing things I probably shouldn't. My parents just
how
go
many
there
times
to
you
eat.
been to New Orleans?
Three?
3? All right.
Three? Yeah, three. Lucky to get out of there alive every time.
Mm.
Every time. You've been what? 4 or 5?
6 or 7.
Okay,
probably.
longer than that. And you took the kiddos there.
I've taken the kids twice.
You told me that, and I kind of just looked at you for a sec because while I respect you as a father wholeheartedly, I was just kind of taken aback when you said we're taking our
Broaden
kids
the
to
horizons.
to New Orleans.
We've taken them to Vegas too.
By the way, have you seen some of these? So that was Jerry Jones introducing Schottenheimer. Have you seen some of these opening press conferences for these coaches and the entertainment value
You
that's
never
come on?
think they're going to lose.
Oh, that comes along with it. Like Liam Cohen, for example.
Duval.
Duval and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think we have I'm trying to find the other who just got named the head coach of the Jets.
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn. Why am I not seeing that clip where he cusses?
He's on the second page.
Okay.
Well, let's not play the one where he cusses.
Maybe.
Well, it's
I know I made it so I can get Big C to put it up there. but
okay.
It's not on there.
Well, Raiders. Pete Carroll. Someone's yelling his press conference.
There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Mark, settle down a little bit.
I do enjoy opening press conference. Like Cal had his, obviously, and that was. I mean, has there been a bigger press conference in the University of Arkansas? You made the point yesterday. Arkansas's never hired a Hall of Famer.
Dana Altman, maybe. I don't know.
The bigger in terms of
Maybe memorable was the word
oh
for
yeah,
that one.
in terms of attendance and everything else. But I just enjoy like listening to coaches. Jerry's really the only owner that kind of stole the headlines from his own head coach yesterday. But it's been enjoyable to hear some of these press conferences early on. You think Pete Carroll has anything left? I know that's the question that people have been asking about John Calipari. Carroll's what, 73? You think he's got anything left?
70's the new 50, right?
Belichick's out there in Chapel Hill.
You have so much help anymore. So many people on staff compared to, we were talking 30 years ago, and
That's a good point.
there's analysts. They didn't have analysts that we knew about, at least, and certainly not the plethora they do now. So I think the job, while it's become more complex and salary cap and capologist, but the layering of all the help I think head coaches have now probably makes the job easier in respects, but it means you got to be a better CEO and organizer in many other respects.
Yeah. So my dad is in El Dorado this morning, and when he travels, he's a pharmaceutical rep. He goes across Arkansas. He goes outside the state. He's been to Philly, Chicago, various places. He always listens on the Hit That Loud Now app, powered by Taco Bell. You can get 10 items or less right now on the new Cravings value menu. Again, 10 items for less. That's the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell. Time to get in our opening drive. What Cal had to say on his radio show last night.
Walking in that arena and walking in the wrong door, the other door, seeing my friends the night before, lifelong friends, but they're Kentucky fans. Their whole life they've been Kentucky fans. Now, I just hope they're neutral, but they are Kentucky fans. And so, yes, there is going to be some emotion. I'm going to look in the rearview mirror when I'm done.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
Why am I suddenly starting to inch thinking that Arkansas is going to win this game
What fans
on Saturday?
do.
Is this just me just listening to that last night, looking at Cal's track record against just bigger games over the years, even though you're sitting at 1-6? By the way, Kentucky's going to have a losing record when you play them on Saturday in conference. They're not beating Tennessee. Tennessee's like a 9.5-point favorite tonight. No chance they win in Knoxville. So both teams will have losing records in conference.
Yeah, I mean,
And Kentucky will have lost, Tommy, I think 3 of 4
was it
conference
10
games.
Looking at the standings here, I think there's 10 ranked teams right now in the league. I mean, unbelievable. And Georgia has been ranked at some point. Texas was ranked earlier this year, weren't they? I remember that. OU obviously had been ranked for a while. Georgia got in the rankings, and after losing to Arkansas, fell out. I don't know that LSU was ever in the top 25. Arkansas was briefly, twice, a couple of occasions.
You got brought back in. You got brought back into the club, and then the bouncer kicked you out.
I think everyone but LSU and South Carolina have been in the top 25 at some point. There's 10 currently ranked.
And Vanderbilt deserves to be ranked.
Well, they are.
Oh, they are right now.
Vanderbilt is 24.
Okay. All right. I knew last week they weren't ranked, but I guess they updated it this week. Yeah,
they do that like it's because it's a weekly.
It's weekly,
poll.
but
It's a weekly
I get.
poll,
I didn't look at it. I didn't look at it
Well,
on Sunday or Monday, whatever it came out. I wasn't updated.
Monday, but
You've got it updated in front of you. Nevertheless, your point is that again, there's been all but 2 teams in a 16-team league have been ranked. Jay Billis.
and currently 10 of those are ranked this week.
Yeah, Jay Billis.
Because they do the poll.
Okay, I know that. I forgot if it football. What football's on Sunday?
Yeah,
Basketball's
that's
Monday.
Yeah,
okay.
They play games on Sunday.
See, I've never been a voter, so it's never like it doesn't.
You'll never have to worry about that. Either.
Well, we'll see. I've got something cooking that I'm working on in terms
Morning
of that.
Rush bi-weekly poll.
By the way, we are going to get into our Pradco Pyramid of Power here coming up. Unfortunately, Bruce Stan's feeling a little bit under the weather, so we'll check back in with him next week. So, what were we talking about? The point I was originally making is Jay Billis was on Alabama Sports Talk Radio yesterday. He made the point that he thinks the SEC tournament's going to be harder to win than the NCAA tournament, similar to what we always talk about in baseball and Hoover. He's basically making the same equivalent for basketball.
Yeah, and I heard Chuck talking earlier. The ACC, I guess, is considering or throwing around the idea of their regular season champ being exempted from their football championship next year, hoping not to damage them.
You've been saying that for years.
I've been saying that for years about SEC baseball. What's the point really in any sport that your regular season champ needs to go into some postseason conference tournament that has really nothing but, everything to lose and nothing to gain? I think this would be an interesting barrier for someone to cross. I wouldn't figure football would be the first sport to do it because of the money. But is this a year where if you're the regular season champ in the SEC, you're going to be a 1 seed? What good can come of playing in the SEC tournament?
You'll probably play.
If Auburn goes on and they finish 14-4,
yeah,
just pulling a number out,
win the league,
win the league, regular season, they're clear of the field by a game. Are they a 1 seed? Yeah, they're like probably the overall 1 seed, right?
By the way, on the subject of SEC teams, I think it was Alabama's schedule right now. As it sits currently, I think their next 7 games are against ranked opponents. That's just that.
So for whoever it is atop the SEC, you clear the field and you're the undisputed regular season champ. What is there to gain?
Good question.
You're clear of the field and you're the Big Ten regular season champ. What is there to gain? I would contend, and obviously we don't have total insight to the committee room, but Don't you figure the 1 seeds are set long before conference championship weekend? The 4 1 seeds? I don't think you play your way. I don't think
most of the time.
I
I'd
don't
say
think
3.
you play your way into a 1 seed by winning your conference tournament.
I would
That's
say
what I'm saying.
probably 3 of 4 locked in, and then they
So-
give some flexibility and
But
malleability.
the point
on
to
that.
the conversation is there's nothing to gain, and when you say everything to lose, you're probably not playing your way off the one line, but you're risking injury, you're risking further fatigue, just wear and tear. So it's an experience for fans. It's an experience for people that can't get into regular season games. We have some mutual friends that go every year, regardless of Arkansas's
It's awesome.
18-0 or 0-18. They go to the tournament every year. So for some, it's a pilgrimage.
Yeah,
And
Kansas.
if you love basketball, it's a fun watch.
If you're depending on what side of the state you're in, and with Arkansas obviously being in Nashville, that's probably the place you want to go, even though they're not good this year. If you're listening in Northwest Arkansas and you don't have spring break plans, as someone that's been 2 or 3 times, that Big 12 tournament in Kansas City in the Sprint Center is unbelievable. I'd argue it's the best conference tournament in basketball. It's a lot of fun, and I love Nashville. I love Bridgestone Arena and that whole setup, but I think the one in Big 12 countries is even better. All right, that is your opening drive here this morning, brought to you by First Financial Mortgage. Ethan Adamson, a great mortgage lender that helped me out. He's my mortgage lender, and he can help you out. He's been with the company over a decade, and First Financial Mortgage has 90 years in the mortgage experience. I had a great experience, over 300 5-star reviews on Google. He's the best lender in town, might be the best golfer too. Give Ethan a call, 479-782-9300, or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you, equal housing lender. So do you feel like you can live up to this by yourself? I feel like you and Bruce always tag team it, so we'll see how it goes. All right, this is your Pradco Pyramid of Power here on January the 28th.
Who are the best basketball teams in the SEC? Let's find out.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
This is the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
I guess there's no way for me to get wrong today, right?
Well, we'll see. I'm
right.
I'm your professor today. And there's no grading on a curve.
Well, I think Bruce and I, if he wasn't under the weather, I think even with a fever above 102, he would agree that Auburn's number 1 in the league.
Yep.
I don't think anyone would argue 6-0. I think Auburn right now is the undisputed king of the mountain until proven otherwise. And the fact that they won a couple of league games without Broom, and then they get it done on Saturday night, means Auburn's number 1 at 6-0. So I got Auburn number 1. I got Bama number 2 at 6-1 in the league. They continue to play consistent. I like Alabama at number 2. So what is the state? Like we're the natural state. What's Alabama's? I have no idea.
Isn't it the Yellowhammer State? Don't quote me on that. I'm going to verify
don't-
that.
I've
but
never
that
had
sounds right to me.
Yellowhammer before.
Anyway, that state is dominating the Pradco Pyramid of Power. Bama 1 or Auburn 1, Bama 2. Any objections?
Nope.
All right,
Keep it going.
I'm on track so far.
Okay.
I got Florida at 3. They're 5-2 in the league, and when you look at the records, 6-0 and 6-1, I don't think you can really argue it. So, but who's the best of the 5-2 teams? I think it's Florida. I got Florida at number 3.
Nope.
No discussion.
You're just going down the
Boy,
list.
you're making this really boring right now.
You go.
Newcomer to the Pradco Pyramid of Power. One that we've seen uphand a week or so ago, and one that we got to pay attention to now. Missouri at 5-2.
Okay.
They're making their debut in my Pradco Pyramid of Power this week at number 4.
Imagine being Dennis Gates last year. Your team doesn't win a conference game, and you've turned it around. I mean, the additions they got Gray from South Carolina, Mitchell from Duke. They got some guys back last year. Grill is one of the best shooters in basketball, so they've got a squad and they're playing good together right now.
All right, so Missouri at 4. I got Mississippi State at 5.
Okay.
They're 4-3, and then Tennessee at 6 at 4-3. You could certainly make a case for Vanderbilt after their win over Kentucky. Kentucky drops out of the Pradco Pyramid of Power, as does Ole Miss. A&M should certainly be one considered at 4-3. You got a glut of teams. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams right now at 4-3. So it's a big week for separation. So Pradco Pyramid of Power, Auburn number 1, Bama number 2, Florida's at 3,
Okay.
Missouri at 4, Mississippi State at 5, and Tennessee at 6.
I would put Tennessee at 5, and I would put Vanderbilt at number 6.
So who would you drop?
I would drop Mississippi State.
Okay.
That was the only thing. I think your first 4 spot on, but I think Tennessee's going to bounce back tonight. Maybe it's a kind of a preconceived notion on my part, but I think they'll win against Kentucky. And again, Kentucky's going to be 3-4 after tonight. All this
ranked 12th in the country.
Yeah, all this hoopla from Mark Pope, which a lot of it's been deservedly so. I'm curious if it not withers away, but if there's Kentucky fans that are a little antsy for Saturday's game, because that again, say this again, there's no chance they win in Knoxville tonight. None. Zero. Zilch. It's not going to happen. So that game against Arkansas, a 1-6 Arkansas team is going to be that more paramount for their season.
That's the early game tonight on ESPN. South Carolina, Georgia at 6 p.m. on the SEC Network tonight. Then Oklahoma and A&M in the 8 o'clock game on the SEC Network. That's the 3 tonight. The 3 tomorrow. Auburn and LSU. That's in Baton Rouge, 6 o'clock on the SEC Network. Alabama, Mississippi State may be the best midweek game this week at least. Bama and Mississippi State in Starkville, then Texas and Ole Miss. So that's a look at it. That's your Pradco Pyramid of Power. Go to lurenet.com. That's where you're going to find all the lures you're looking for and all the top brands as well. And any order over $35 gets free U.S. shipping as well. So treat yourself and your fishing buddies to some tackle box treasures right now on brands like Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more. It's all there at Pradco's a great website, lurenet.com. That's lurenet.com. Treat yourself today to some tackle box treasures from Pradco.
All right, coming up here on the Morning Rush Hog Update, going to hear more from Cal last night and live with Coach Cal. Also, a few other things to look forward to. Baseball team ranked once again in the top 5.
Richardson in studio like a seasoned vet this morning.
You're listening to the Morning Rush.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Boy, I couldn't sound more old or white, could I? This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Jam Mart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jam Mart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jam Mart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jam Mart locations in the area. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
This is a public service announcement for hard seltzer lovers. Neutral Vodka Seltzer has arrived. Made with simple ingredients like vodka, seltzer, and real juice. Neutral tastes good. Like real good. So good that you'll never want to drink another artificial tasting seltzer again. Neutral's light and refreshing taste will show you what a vodka seltzer can be. Try Neutral, the one with the umlaut. Copyright 2023 Neutral Distilled Spirit Specialty, Los Angeles, California. Enjoy responsibly.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561. Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Hey, it's Ty Richardson, my buddy Simon Wheeler with Wheeler Power Sports. Stop by the studio. Simon, what's going on post-Christmas?
If you have a name brand motorcycle, ATV, or side-by-side you would consider selling or trading, call or text or use bike buyers at 479-783-5822 or visit us online at WheelerPowersports.com. Buy, sell, or trade Wheeler is the one for 2025. Try to be Fort Smith's authorized dealer for Kawasaki, Suzuki, Polaris, and Slingshot.
Simon Wheeler at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. Does your yard need to be serviced in the fall and winter months? Of course. A Cut Above is with you every step of the way. Whether it's commercial or residential, a Cut Above can handle all your needs. Tree service, stump grinding, brush hog, full landscaping. Plus, a Cut Above can take care of all your leaf removal. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. That's a Cut Above, 719-5605.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hog hats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
If we had won the games we were supposed to and maybe stole one, we're like in the hunt, and we're not that far off. But I'm telling you, you're going to have to take someone's lunch money. They're not giving it to you.
That's what he's talking about for this upcoming Saturday, 8 o'clock against the Kentucky Wildcats, 9 o'clock Eastern in Lexington. Tommy, I've talked to a few Kentucky people this week. The numbers, we've talked about the numbers, like 6,000 for nosebleeds in the Super Bowl. They aren't going for that much, but this is, as I've been told, the priciest ticket that it's been around for like decades in Rupp Arena.
Yeah, and it's emotionally driven. People want to be there to boo. I don't imagine many people are spending money to cheer Cal. And some, like a DJ Wagner or Big Z or someone that the former player there, they want to boo as well. So he addressed it last night on his coach's show. He knows what's coming. Those players know what's coming. Maybe that motivates Arkansas a little bit more. I like the idea they're going to have some fresh legs when they take on the Wildcats Saturday. I don't know that that's the edge in the game, but I think having a week to get ready for this game is good for this team.
So much emphasis has been put on John Calipari, and rightfully so. We forget DJ was here. Adu wasn't just there last year. He's been there for a couple years. And Big Z, they also got, I'm forgetting the young man's name that also came over with Kentucky as well. So there's 4 guys that were in Rupp last year in blue and white and are now going to be in red and white. and we'll see how they handle it on Saturday.
And then you got Tyler Eulis on the bench as well.
That's another one. Yeah, great point.
So,
Brad, Cal's son. So there's and all the coaches too. Not every coach. Payne, I guess, was there at one point in time, but not there last year. So yeah, it's a lot of guys coming back home for that setup. Keeping your Hog update going, Arkansas baseball checks in once again inside the top 5. This time, Baseball America has them in the preseason top 25. And congrats to Cam Little, who won and was a part of the 2024 Pro Football Writers of America All-Rookie Team.
The operation sound, the kick by Little is perfect.
Perfect from extra points this season. Only missed 2 field goals all season long, and he went 5 of 6 from 50-plus yards. So congratulations to Cam on his all-rookie team performance. All right, that is your Hog update this morning. It's brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You have to put up with Benny Malarkey. Call 888-SPARKY.
All right, sometimes when you get on the internet and you go down rabbit holes here and there about
get lost.
research.
Next thing you spent 3 hours watching YouTube videos or reels or something.
It happens from time to time.
Yeah.
And I'm forgetting the origin of this source, but someone did research and polled like 10,000 plus people for each state on the most popular types of pizza for every state. You know what Arkansas's is? I was a little surprised.
If you tell me cheese pizza, I'm going to be
It's not. I know you and I
are
in agreement on that about the cheese. We get frustrated about when anyone orders cheese.
Just get a cheese pizza.
It's like, no, that's not a good order. What do you think it is?
I'm going to guess pepperoni, but
It's Supreme.
Supreme? Well, I'm good with that. I probably helped lift that number. That's my favorite.
Is that your favorite? To me, that's the one I avoid. Like, we got pizzas this last week, and we got 4 of them. Supreme was one of them. That's the only one I didn't eat.
What do you not like about Supreme?
I just think there's too much on it.
My doctor said eat more vegetables. That's mushrooms, onions, bell peppers,
olives.
Olives.
Ugh, hate olives.
You hate all? You like black or green?
I like black olives on my pizza, but that's the only way I like them.
All right, let's ask our friend David Rath, the Rath's Mitsubishi. David, Supreme Pizza reigns supreme here in the natural state. It's the most likable pizza. What is your go-to pizza topping?
Yeah, dude, I'm pretty simple. I just like kind of standard hamburger pizza, probably. But I do fall into the category of people that will eat pineapple on pizza.
Okay.
What's your ruling on just a plain cheese pizza? When the kids or the wife says, "We just want a cheese pizza."
Hey, cheese pizza. There's nothing wrong with plain cheese pizza.
It's a waste of a free topping. They give you a free topping, you're not using it. So.
Right. I don't know. I think I've adjusted my palate to that of about a 5 to 7 year old just out of pure survival.
My kids would like to have a pizza with chicken strips and ranch dressing. That's all they want.
As fathers,
there you go.
Fathers, you two, you guys have to adjust your kids' palate, like David's saying. But I don't really adjust. I just kind of order what I want in the setup and everything. And David, I think that's what people want to do when they walk into a car dealership. They want to pick out exactly what they want. They don't want a little of this, a little bit of that. They want. And for 2025, again, we're at the end of this month right now. It's a great opportunity to come by and see you at Rath Mitsubishi.
It really is. I mean, we're trying to finish out a strong month here for January. We still got some great incentives going on some outgoing 24 models. The 25 model year changeover is kind of a good time for just about anybody because you got folks that want to wait until they get just the very freshest, newest, very first 25 model, this, that, or the other, and those are coming. Then you got the people that wait until the end of a model year because they want to get the big incentives on the 24, right? And so we kind of got a chance to, kind of make everybody happy there. Good incentives on the 24 Outlanders. You're talking, you've got a trade-in and everything else. I mean, you're getting upwards to $4,500 to $5,000 off MSRP, depending on what you look at. So a really good chance there. And we've got employee pricing on some of these 25. So really good stuff there.
There's a lot of stuff going on at Rath Mitsubishi. Come by and see David before the end of the month and see his father, Larry, at Rath Auto Resources as well in Fort Smith. And again, David, a good father. Just get what his kids want when it comes to pizza, man. Keep on being a good dad, David, and keep on being a good car dealer as well, my man.
I appreciate it, man. You guys have a good one.
All right, thanks,
how many times do your kids say, "I want cheese pizza"?
Every time.
Oh.
Every state.
See, I'm not ever saying strike a hand to your son, but in that case, you might think about it.
I've lost that battle for nearly 10 years now. I'm not going to win the battle of cheese pizza at my house.
Good father, good boss. We roll on the morning rush next.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here and hitthatline.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit, is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A breakthrough!
This is the Morning Rush.
Hi, folks. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. Whether you're buying a car, selling a car, or taking care of a car, we've got you. Be sure to follow us on Facebook to see how you can take advantage of $1,000 your way on select road-ready certified used cars with warranty, as well as buy 3, get 1 free on all tires in our Meineke Car Care Center. Start your new year right. Call, click, or come by today and see why all the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. Cecil, this is the one-stop shop.
Yes, Jazzco Graphics Design, the one-stop shop, 2415 Midland, for your customer buck order.
Why ESPN 95.3?
I really enjoy listening in, and it keeps my day
Thanks for
going.
watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit, is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
A dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball to NHL and UFC, head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Fan. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, pool deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Eat Lux your way with the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. The $5 classic box is iconic all over. The $7 Supreme box has your decadent favorites and then some. The $9 Discovery box introduces you to your newest obsession, like cheesy dipping burritos. Introducing the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu, only at Taco Bell.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
You just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
I know you love these obscure holidays and what day it is. Today is National Plan Your Vacation Day.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, the planning of the vacation, the anticipation of the vacation is as good as the trip itself.
It's a drug for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've been known to look at future vacations while on vacation.
Yeah, I start planning it when I'm on the plane or on the car ride back.
Yeah,
for the next one.
So
I'm with you on that.
Plan your vacation. So what is your dream vacation? You got 7 days. You got 8 days and 7 nights. Where do you want to? I know you're not an international guy. You don't like to leave the continent.
Stay in the States, man. There's too many cool places in the States.
What is your ultimate vacation? If you could go for a week anywhere,
I would go.
Well, let's just say you're paying for it. Let's just be, it's got to fit in your budget or whatever. So
okay, do I get my bonus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
bonus was that chicken biscuit this morning.
that's a quality
you already
bonus.
Eaten your bonus.
I would say
it's a honey butter chicken biscuit.
As someone that has just like gotten sucked into golf and sleeps and breathes the greatest sport in the world to play, not to watch, it would be Pinehurst, because there's like a bajillion courses you can play out there, and you can play each one. I love planning trips. I'm kind of in the planner of our golf ventures and various other trips. I always have to. My friends are just like, oh, we might do this, we might. It's like, no, sack up and let's go. Come on,
They gotta get
we're
permission
30.
from their wives, though.
Yeah, but
you don't have to ask anybody. Yeah, but you don't have to take out of the family Christmas fund to you can just do what you want.
Why do you have to make sense here at 9:43 this morning? So yeah, it would be to go out to North Carolina, go to Pinehurst. I've got a friend's dad that lives out there. Connections.
I'd love to go with you. All right, what would be your ultimate destination on Plan Your Vacation Day?
I would definitely love to see a championship game at some point. I think that a Super Bowl would probably be, it's definitely on my bucket list. So planning a trip around the Super Bowl would be good. I don't want to go when it's in Arizona. I'm just not really excited about that. I would rather go.
Been there?
No, I have not. But I like to go when it's in like somewhere like Miami.
What do you got against
Arizona? Or New Orleans. Just a place that I haven't been that seems exciting. Arizona, I'm not really about that. But I will say this. I'm the polar opposite of you two, where y'all like enjoy the creating the itinerary. I am the exact opposite of that. So y'all will never be sending me on any trips anywhere. I'm a very fly by the seat of my pants and just figure it out when I get there type of person.
Let Gabby decide.
Well, she's a lot better at that. And just like you two, it's a drug for her. She enjoys that more than actually being on the trip. It's the planning and the process of getting there and thinking,
my wife,
I don't like
21 years together in March, 21 years of marriage, 23 years of being together. I think I have planned, I know I have. She's never planned a trip one. She's never booked a flight, never booked a rental car, never booked a hotel, nothing.
Now, I've done all those things. I have booked the flights and the hotels and the trips and rental cars and whatnot. But she decides where we go, what we do, what the itinerary of the day is, and that's fine. And sometimes,
Laura doesn't want anything to do with any of that.
Now, as two men that are married versus the single guy over here, my thought is, well, she has to deal with a lot of stuff at home and keep the family obviously intact a good chunk of the time. So when you do take your significant other on vacation, you want her to be relaxed, right? And so that seems like the setup.
Yeah.
Whether you're booking stuff, Colton, or you're planning everything, that probably takes a lift off her shoulders and everything.
Plan time for me to go to the museum and stop and look and read every plaque while she goes to the spa or to do something else like that or on a little trip. It's very easy, and she does that every single time.
I have stuff boiled out by the hour on vacations and trips and whatnot.
Yeah, I like to be more that way.
And she doesn't?
No, not at all.
It's fly by the seat.
It's
That's probably
whatever
why
the day
order.
brings.
That's why.
So like this year spring break is coming up mid-March. We're going to Hawaii. None of us have ever been to Hawaii. Might be the only time we ever go. It's a long flight, but I basically set it up where because you fly in, you lose that day. You fly out, you lose that day. So you got 6 days, and I think I got 3 days we're doing something, and 3 days that I don't care. No plan. I've split it. We got 3 days of planned structure that I like, and 3 days of I don't care what we do.
That's you know what that's called?
They like
compromise.
But you know what I'm going to do on the 3 days that
golf?
You damn right.
This is so JT in Hot Springs text in about his 7-day trip to Turks and Caicos. I've got another hot take that some of you guys and gals will probably completely disagree with, but I'm a 3-day trip guy. 4 days, sorry. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I don't like 7 weeks. I like to be able,
days.
7
I'd
days.
like to have 7 weeks.
That would be nice. But my thought process is like I got to get back into my rhythm of working and being able to pay for these said trips or whatever.
Yeah.
Like being gone an entire week, you lose so much just rhythm of what your work schedule's like.
Creature
so
of habit, yeah.
That's like
I feel guilty when I'm gone. Like
no, I don't feel guilty at all.
I do.
But
for like 2 days, I was
feel like it's falling apart over here.
No,
without us.
no, I don't feel like it's falling. I feel guilty, like I'm leaving. I'm leaving you guys in a lurch a little bit. I'm letting people down, and then I get over it about the third vodka on the second day. But when I'm gone for I'm leaving, and my kids are on spring break, and they're 15 and 13. I only got so many more years to do spring break with my kids. And it's in the middle of March Madness. Now, I was hoping that we were going to have a pretty busy March Madness this year, but it's not looking great.
But
I feel bad about leaving, and then I get over it. And then about the last day or two of vacation, the anxiety of coming back sets in. Oh, I've got all this stuff to do and catch up. Ty didn't do a dadgum thing while I was gone. I promise you, I got all that work to do.
Annie Mount Home says Ty 4 days is just 2 days because getting there and getting back you lose.
Yeah, that's exactly
2 days.
right.
There's some truth to that.
I don't even think a week's long.
You
enough.
did say it has to be within my budget, though, correct? I have to reevaluate
reality,
my
'cause
plans because
like
mine wouldn't have to be Choctaw. I mean, that'd be my vacation. I could go
mine
on.
might be Muskogee, but I mean, if I could go anywhere, just fantasy vacation, the Maldives. But that's a little out of my reach.
Who was it? Keith Wilson. CJ's Butcher Bowl Burgers. I was talking to him. We got our CJ's trivia coming up in about an hour from now. He was talking about that yesterday.
I would love to go to the Maldives, but it's just a little bit out of my reach.
We'll talk to Keith. Maybe there's a deal. Maybe he's got
It's like a 24-hour flight. I'm not. Let's go to Hawaii first and see if I can handle that flight.
Well, I realize that travel liaisons and people that plan trips are better than I would in that, but part of trips to me, the fun aspect, like yourself, is actually putting your imprint on the said trip. That when you and your wife has probably done this over the years, I can't say I don't have one. So my friends, when you get the Ty, great job, there's nothing more satisfying than hearing one of your fellows, or in the case of you having significant others, saying, "You did great, sweetie."
Yeah. So stand back and watch the master work here. Ty, one of the great things about Cart Path Social is you can plan a trip anywhere in the world and never leave Northwest Arkansas.
Yes.
You can play St. Andrews. You can go to Torrey Pines in San Diego.
I don't have the applause button on here.
You can go out to North Carolina and play Pinehurst and all those courses with one simple trip, Ty.
That
Cart Path Social.
that makes makes me think about
smiles and glory holes.
Just want to find those glory holes.
I mean, what a segue right into the read for the sponsor.
Listen, I'll just kind of basically reiterate what Ryan said about his brother-in-law yesterday. His brother checked out Cart Pass Social, had a great time. So if you're in Northwest Arkansas and you're looking for a place to hang out with the kiddos on the weekend, maybe Super Bowl, corporate events, it's an awesome place. Those world-famous courses that Tommy was talking about, you can play all of them, 500 plus. It's cost-effective, best simulators in Northwest Arkansas, professional grade. It's realistic.
And no TSA lines to wait in.
Yeah, it's realistic golf in a casual environment. BYOB at Cart Pass Social. Ask about league play and their hole-in-one challenges as well. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Nate, Christian, also want to include Haley on this because I feel like Haley is the architect behind their social media. She does a fantastic job. CartPassSocial.com, 479-487-3622. By the way, I thought about you. I walk into my house last night after pumping iron and everything, and the TGL, you couldn't even make it through a straight race.
Because I've got a thought on this.
I watched it last night. My roommate had it on. It's like,
have
you watched any of this? And you had mentioned it, and I had seen highlights and stuff, but I actually really enjoyed it.
It was a lot of fun. And here was the most entertaining part to me, other than it went down to a playoff, and they do a closest to the pin alternate shot. Tiger's team beat Rory's team last night in a chip off, if you will. Here's the best part of all that. They went long, so Duke and NC State got moved to ESPNU till the golf finished up. Can you imagine the Dukies around the country?
Oh, they
and when their game is supposed to be on ESPN, the mothership, and they're having to get the tablet out, or because it was moved to you or News or one of them, they got bumped by golf last night. Can you imagine?
It's kind of the same type of fans.
I bet they were enraged.
Yeah, it was. Listen, and the entertainment value was there. I think it was a good game between Duke and North Carolina State last night. The best game of the night was Arizona and Iowa State.
3-point game. Super love for the top.
All right, you mentioned the NCAA tournament earlier. Unless something miraculous happens, Arkansas is not going to be participating. So I'm trying to figure out who am I going to pick to win it all this year. We used to have, Tommy, I don't know what you used to do when it came to NCAA tournament stuff when you were younger. We had the fraud board where we put teams on the fraud side and then non-frauds.
Right.
And we'd switch them back and forth based on wins and kind of like our Pradco Pyramid of Power based on teams. Iowa State is always on the fraud board. They could win the regular season Big 12. They could win it in Kansas City, and they are still a fraud. I have picked them 2 or 3 times to go on to win the national championship. They let me down every time. Don't get sucked into the Cyclones come in a month and a half. Don't buy them. They are a fraud each and every year. I hate that, and I like their coach a lot. I like their team, but they are a fraud. That basketball program is a fraud.
What a turn of a phrase. Don't get sucked into the Cyclones. What a word master you are, a wordsmith over there.
That was unintentional, as you might imagine.
Yeah.
But I liked your segue better. That was pretty good.
Hey, if you're craving something sweet and delicious, head over to Andy's Frozen Custards, Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith, plus locations in Conway and North Little Rock as well. You can satisfy that sweet tooth with their pick 6. You can mix and match 6 of their favorite flavors. Take it home for the perfect game time treat, and be sure and download the Andy's app as well to your mobile phone. That's Andy's Frozen Custards, Conway, North Little Rock, and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith. Coming up after the game on Saturday, we'll have Hog Reaction, brought to you by the Stadium Shop in Fayetteville. They're getting ready for baseball season. Caps, shirts, winter gear, summer gear. It's all coming in for baseball season. Ty, they're at the Stadium Shop next door to Baum Walker Stadium in Fayetteville.
Yeah, I just got one of my friends at Golf Polo from Robert Elizabeth and their team this past weekend. He loved it. Anything you need, you got it at the Stadium Shop. Baseball season coming up. They're going to have it all at the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because our Kansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today. and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
Oh.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
This is The Morning Rush. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit, is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, Sakhalin.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got puppies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
BetOnline continues to be the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, BetOnline provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, the NBA, and college basketball to NHL and UFC, head to BetOnline today and don't forget to use the promo code BELIEVE for your welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Hey everybody, this is Tyson Van. Dad, tell everyone about your job at Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash.
Power washing, son. I've been working in the business for over 15 years, all over the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas, residential or commercial. At Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash, our cleaning services include exterior home, fence, driveways, walkways, gutters, full deck cleansing, and more.
Call my dad at 479-763-5561.
Mike Jr.'s Mobile Wash. One call cleans it all.
Eat Lux your way with the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes from Taco Bell. The $5 classic box is iconic all over. The $7 Supreme box has your decadent favorites and then some. The $9 Discovery box introduces you to your newest obsession, like cheesy dipping burritos. Introducing the new $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes, only at Taco Bell.
In every generation, there are those who question the status quo. Questions like, why can't chicken be slow roasted? Why can't I have shredded purple cabbage? Why can't my quesadilla have cheese inside and out? And where's my avocado verde salsa? The new era of chicken is here to stay. The Cantina Chicken Menu, only at Taco Bell.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence,
will drop down in the upper 30s to low 40s. Limited sunshine on Wednesday. Highs will be right around the upper 50s to near 60, with a few scattered showers to storms across the south. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grant Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX, Paris Fort Smith.
Hey, we can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings.
ESPN 95.3.
There's a very low percentage of this that is smiles and glory holes. Very low percentage.
This is the Morning Rush.
Dallas Cowboys. We are the Cowboys.
So there's several press conferences recently for NFL teams that are hiring coaches. Jacksonville, Liam Cohen.
Duval.
Aaron Glenn at the New York Jets.
Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. Listen, there are going to be some challenges, but with challenges becomes opportunity, gets opportunity. But here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this.
There's some entertainment value in these press conferences, but of course, Jerry Jones takes the cake.
Smiles and glory holes.
No other owner in sports like Arkansas's own Jerry Jones. Is Schottenheimer the guy, Tommy? Does he get him out of the abyss?
Probably
Today
not.
on this day in 1996, they won that Super Bowl at Arizona State.
They hired
against
Bill
Pittsburgh.
Parcells. He couldn't do it. Jason Garrett was the coach a long time, never got it done. Hired a coach that had won a Super Bowl with McCarthy and Parcells as well. So what would make me believe this is the time?
Hope for Dallas Cowboy fans. Trying to find it.
Right.
Trying to find it somewhere, some way.
782-3936. That's the number for the Fence Man. Anything involving fence, gates, powered automatic gates, anything for the perimeter of your home or business to make it more secure and look better, the Fence Man can do. Also, they do custom projects. So if you've seen something, at a neighbor's house or a family member's house, I like the way that top rail sit in with that trim, or, I need it to go at this angle down this hillside. All of that is more than doable with the Fence Man. 782-3936. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
You asked a good question as we closed out our number one about planning trips on Plan for Your Vacation Day. Submit Head chimes in. He said, Jackie Mock is not allowed to book anything. Last time she booked a place, I went to check in. The front desk girl literally said, you might want to check your room before you pay. I think the last experience I had like that was when we were sophomores in college.
Meaning, hey, there may be the outline of a body in the floor.
Yeah, something
type of
something of that nature. Last experience we had like that was a American Best Value Inn on the outskirts of Birmingham.
I can't imagine that didn't tip you off right there.
Well, when you're in college and you don't have a lot of excess cash, you sometimes take a chance, and those chances don't always pay off.
When value's in the name.
Tommy, when you find certain hairs that you anticipate being a certain part of your body all over your bed, it's not wholesome.
That goes with the value,
yes,
right?
I guess that comes with it in that situation. All right, let's talk to our friend Tom Murphy here on the Morning Rush.
The way Chin Coleman handled that, this guy's a Hall of Famer. Somebody who says that we're archaic, they're fishing, and I think that might have been a little bit of a motivator here.
Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Tom, we've been talking about this week, this game, since the SEC schedule came out. Everyone knew it was going to be in Lexington. It was just a matter of when. Well, we know it's this upcoming weekend. Arkansas travels to Rupp Arena, take on the Wildcats. Cal spoke on it last night. What did you make of not just what he said last night, but his comments kind of leading up to this game Saturday?
Well, good morning, guys. He's playing into it a little bit. He understands there's going to be scattered boos, but I cannot help but think that Kentucky will honor him in a very meaningful and respectful way. And the players who were, playing at Kentucky last year, Thero and Big Z and Wagner, they might get some scattered boos as well. But he knows what he's going into, and I think the way his team's playing, the more you can kind of make it about, they're going to get on John Calipari, maybe the better. Maybe that takes a little bit of heat off his team. I did think it was funny that he's taking so many shots. He's got bazooka holes in him, and so if you shoot him with an arrow, it just goes right through because there's already a bazooka hole there. That's classic.
Yeah, like Swiss cheese or something.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I think hopefully this motivates the 8 guys that are going to play the minutes on Saturday. How big an edge, or is it an edge at all, Tom, that Kentucky has to play midweek and Arkansas's off and has all week to rest, prepare, watch film, watch the games? Is that any edge at all for a Razorback team that's 1-6?
Yeah, good question. And did it play into Oklahoma having an open week and then winning here in a really tight battle on Saturday? Maybe so. I think if there's any edge to be gained, it's maybe having more lively legs on Saturday for Arkansas. But there's so many things they have to work out. What their offensive flow looks like. Why did Jonas Adu play the first half and not the second half? He's got to play. I mean, so he wasn't blocking shots. He wasn't. What was he doing? You can't have one of 8 not factor into a game. So they got to get him rolling. Defensively, they haven't been too bad, but their identity right now is just to be physical. They got to rebound harder. The offensive rebounds they got against Georgia, they didn't quite get that number. I mean, and guys were crashing in some too, but they weren't getting there. OU boxed out pretty well. So there's a lot to figure out, and obviously it's going to be a tough game. Kentucky, obviously they're going to be way up for their game. I guess it's tonight at Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know. Marginal in Arkansas's favor having the open week, but overall, Kentucky being at home, Cal coming home, etc., big time in favor of Kentucky.
Yeah, and I think Lamont Butler, I know, is out tonight. I think Sarr is out tonight for the Wildcats too. So another factor, Tom, is they might not be fully healthy for the game against the Razorbacks. I know you're not with that Boogie out already, so the Razorbacks are already impacted, but they might not even have their full complement roster heading into this game.
Yeah, they were missing some of those guys for the Vanderbilt game on the road the other day too. And they came from 17 down at halftime, and that was the way Owe was playing. He's going to be. I mean, how are they going to guard Owe with his physicality? I mean, Adu has got to show up, and Big Z's got to. I mean, Trevor Brazil's got to show up in this game. So Kentucky's still got plenty of firepower, but yeah, I mean, it would give Arkansas at least some chance if Kentucky's down a couple guys.
Tom, I wonder your thoughts for this game on Saturday. Kentucky fans are going to be just, again, giving it to Cal. I think I would be surprised if it wasn't overwhelming 90%. I think there's some Arkansas fans that are still on the fence about supporting this guy. Now, if they start winning next year, they'll jump on real quick. But, I mean, what would this do for just the fan base to jump fully on board if Cal and company were able to win on Saturday?
Well, it would be massive because it would be right in their face. The odds are against it, obviously, with the way Kentucky's playing, the state Arkansas is in right now. But if they were to find a way, I mean, shoot the ball a little bit better, maybe have a hot game from 3-point range, which we haven't seen for a while, and pull one off, then, I mean, look, his legacy is he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's adapted to the game. He basically invented the dribble drive. I mean, there's so many things that Cal has done. If he were to win a game like this, that would be a huge feather.
Yeah. Tom Murphy with us, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. You look around this league, we were talking earlier, all but 2 teams in this league have been in the poll at one time. There's 10 right now that are in the poll. I know it's too early to start thinking about how many will get in, but, I mean, you wouldn't think a team in the top 25 is going to be left out. And this league has consistently, Tom, stayed around 10 teams in the top 25 poll.
Yep, and it's really incredible because they're going to keep playing each other, and so it's not going to hamper their net rankings. You get a road win, it's obviously, the first-tier win. And I was looking in our section today on our SEC basketball report I wrote. The lowest net ranking, I think, is South Carolina at 90. I mean, Arkansas is 57. And if you get some huge wins down the stretch, that 57, I mean, that pushes you right up into the low 40s if you can get some big wins. So it's not out of the realm. It doesn't look good for the Razorbacks, but it's not out of the realm. But every night, as John Calipari mentioned, it's just a huge struggle. Everybody in the league knows it. It's really, we've not seen anything like this, because like the way Missouri is way back, the way Vanderbilt just out of the blue, Mississippi State, very tough team. Go down the list. It's incredible, the depth.
So going back to Saturday and the loss to Oklahoma by 3 was 65-62. What kept them from winning that game, in your opinion?
Yeah, so when they're up 50-44, Big Z goes out on the shooter with the shot clock running down. To me, that might have been the biggest play of the game. And he hits all three. Oklahoma, a great free throw shooting team. He hits all three, and then the Fears hits all three when John L. Davis hits him, and that one looked a little ticky-tack. But anyway, they made up a 6-point deficit in 2 trips. And then down the stretch, I just think finding what they're, and who's going to shoot it, how they're going to shoot it. They ran into a little bit of trouble in that last set, and John L. Davis under the basket shooting a reverse, might not have been the best option. I'd like to have seen Adu cutting to the hole at that point, and maybe you get something inside that's a lot stronger than that.
Tom Murphy with us, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Tom, we've seen some NFL hires. I don't know if you listened to any of those top on. We played some of Jerry Jones. You've seen some other hires made in the NFL thus far. Any thoughts on whether it's the Jets, the Jags, the Cowboys, some of the hires we've seen thus far in the National Football League?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we're here close to home. The Schottenheimer hire, I think 51 years old, first-time head coach. Jerry Jones apparently spent about 10 minutes on the first question yesterday at the presser, defending the hire and saying it was risky. He's never been a head coach. I don't know how it will work out, but they're in a division right now. The Eagles, the way they've drafted defensively and the fact Hurts and Barkley are there, they're strong. And the Commanders have a year like they had. That's a tough division right now. Really tough. The Giants are struggling, but still. That's a tough one. Pete Carroll, going to be the oldest coach in the NFL for the Raiders.
He's older than the owner. Tom, think about that. He's 73. Davis is 69. He is older than the owner of their team.
It's just amazing. And how they build there. So Tom Brady's involved in this too, right? So that's going to be a real interesting puzzle. The fact that it's still a relatively new franchise in the desert. And they're in a brutal division too with the Chiefs and the Chargers. I don't think are going to do anything but get better under Harbaugh. And, I love me some Justin Herbert too. So, tough runs, man. And you look at a team like my Falcons, you're like, how are they ever going to be any good, man, with all the improved teams around this league? I don't know.
Tom, you got a desire to ever go to the Super Bowl? I know that New Orleans, the Saints are not exactly your favorite team. That's where it's at in 2 weeks. Is that? I know your schedule obviously is pretty busy this time of year, but if you could ever get off, would that be a destination you want to actually attend?
It would be fun to attend one. I don't know about all the hype and celebrity. That's not my thing. I have covered one.
Oh, okay.
I covered one. It snowed and iced in Atlanta, and I was working for the Mobile Register. It was the Rams over the Titans. The game where the receiver for the Titans stretched out to try to score.
Oh, yeah, McNair.
I think on the last play of the game. And so it was a very dramatic game, but that's the only Super Bowl I've actually covered.
Tommy, have you ever gone to Radio Row for Super Bowl? Okay.
Nope. Thought about
it.
There'd
have to be an Arkansas connection or the Cowboys, obviously, for us to make it worthwhile. But as close as, my dad was like, 6 hours, not that far. I just don't want to spend $6,000 to buy a ticket. I don't know. That's for nosebleed. That seems expensive. Tom, do you have a thought on the Chiefs? I'm not gonna lie. I'm sick and tired of bandwagon fans. This team keeps on winning. Refs help them out. Any thoughts this weekend or just overall in Kansas City?
Here are my thoughts. I love Pat Mahomes, and I'm a Chiefs fan. They're my second team. However, I like the Bills. I like their color scheme. I like Josh Allen, and so I kind of wanted to see the Bills win and maybe get their first Super Bowl. I'm not the kind of jealous type that doesn't want the Vikings or a team like the Bills to win their first Super Bowl before us. That doesn't bother me. But I did see the stat late in the game that the Chiefs had won, was it 16 one-possession games in a row? It was an incredible number.
Yeah.
And I was thinking my Falcons are part of that from this year when a Chief got away with a double forearm shove in the end zone that had it been called, we could have easily won the game. So that little tweak of it does bother me, that they do seem to get the favor of officiating and winning close games. But look, the franchise, Andy Reid, Mahomes, I love all that.
You talked about the Bills for a sec. Tommy, could you see Tom jumping on a table and being a member of the Bills Mafia? Could you envision Tom doing that? No.
If there was a Falcons Mafia, maybe.
20 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Tom, we'll leave it there, man. Appreciate you jumping on with us as always, and we'll catch up a little bit on Thursday and talk more about this Arkansas and Kentucky game.
All right. Sounds good.
All right, Tom Murphy with us, brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. You know, on a cattle ranch, calves aren't only raised by their mothers, they're raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians committed to giving them the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. Because for the cattle farmers, the ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is the top priority. Together we bring more beef. It's What's for Dinner. This funded by the beef farmers and ranchers and courtesy of Beef. It's whatsfordinner.com.
Cal on the game this weekend.
Yes, there is going to be some emotion. I'm going to look in the rearview mirror when I'm done. I don't have a rearview mirror. Like to go over what we did at UMass and what we did at Memphis. I mean, what you just rattled off. I mean, I don't think of those terms. You know what I'm thinking about? Our next game.
We were talking about frauds earlier, Tommy. I'd like to put myself into that category of a fraud because we were talking about trip planning as well. So we're going to kind of combine these two. Had this trip planned for months once this thing got nailed down and everything. And with Arkansas at 1-6, it just doesn't seem like it's worth the 20-hour haul there and back to make the trek. But that being said, I'm now thinking that they might win this weekend based on injuries for Kentucky. Based on that, I think Kentucky's going to get beat tonight. They'll be 3-4. And
you think Kentucky's going to lose back-to-back then?
Potentially.
No, that'd be 3.
They'll lose 4 of 5 if they lose on Saturday, I think.
They'd lose 3 in a row, right?
Yeah.
They lost to Vandy. You're saying they're going to lose to Tennessee tonight?
They'll be 0-2, 3 of their last 4. That'd be all of a sudden the narrative.
Write that down during the break and then tell me whether or not you still believe it.
The narrative would flip on Mark Pope a little bit. No, it's not. It's, okay. Again, I hope it happens. I'm not naive enough to believe that definitively 100% it's going to happen. But, okay, we've seen miracles before. It's kind of like the question I asked Tom. This fan base is not sold on John Calipari. They're not. And it's because this fan base, you as a fan, really don't care about his track record in UMass, Memphis, and Lexington. You like the allure of, we got this Hall of Fame coach, but the only thing you as an Arkansas Razorback fan care about is what he does here. And he hasn't done anything here except beat Michigan. They are, 1 in 10 in big-time games this year? If you combine the 3 non-conference losses plus the 7 conference games this weekend, that's what you care about. So if they were somehow to pull this out this weekend, it's not like it's all of a sudden just completely flipped and everyone is on board, but you sure might get some people who are still, I don't know if this is 100% going to work on your side. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be filled with drama. That's for sure when you go up there on Saturday, but probably great to have that midweek off just to maybe get over, the first 7 games of this conference stretch. Art's Barbecue, Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's in Fort Smith. If we could just take ourselves over there right now, the smell wafting out of the smoker right now would probably make you hungry, even though maybe you had a full stomach. Because I'm telling you, when you drive by or you pull up in the parking lot and you smell that oak that's rolling through the firebox and that smoke coming across that brisket and ribs, it just makes you want some of that pulled pork or some of those smoked meats that they do there on a daily basis. Today, I'd stop in, get you a 3rd rack of ribs for lunch, 2 of their sides that go with it. Delicious way to start your week. Maybe you want a salad. Here's why I love the salads at Art's. The ham and the turkey and the things on top of their Cobb salad or chef salad are all smoked there in-house. You get that barbecue smoky flavor as well, even with a healthy choice like the Cobb salad or the chef salad. It's all at Art's Barbecue, Rogers Avenue, next to Buddy's. Also like the fact you can call ahead. They'll have it ready. You pull up to the window. You can take care of it right there and never leave your car. 452-2550 is the number. One of our favorite places to go is Art's Barbecue on Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
All right. Did you collect baseball cards or anything growing up as a kid?
Briefly.
Does
I
Dylan
never
do
was
that?
good enough to take care of them. So
Big D do that?
No.
Colton, did you do that growing up?
I did, yeah. I had a lot of football cards. I
They
was a
made a
football
couple.
guy.
Yeah, same. That's what I had, football cards.
At football, I remember
like
having
Tops. Tops is the best.
having a Jose Canseco card because he was like one of my
Nice.
favorite players as a kid. Mark McGuire,
Okay.
the Bash Brothers. Dale Murphy was one of my favorite players. Bob Horner.
So people, whether you did it or not, it's familiar, right? You've seen kids do this over their lifetime. Some adults are still very passionate about it. Well, this, I don't know if you've seen the story with the Pittsburgh Pirates and Paul Skeens, but this 11-year-old collector got a Paul Skeens 1-of-1 debut patch card. And the Pirates, listen to this, the Pirates offered him 2 season tickets behind home plate for the next 30 years. He gets to meet and greet Paul Skeens. He gets 2 Paul Skeens signed jerseys. He gets to go to a Pirates game with Livy Dunn in her suite and more. And he declined all that.
To keep the card.
To keep the card.
Well,
I don't know if
they'll up the ante a little more.
I don't know if his parents are advising him the value of this. I don't know if this kid's just a diehard.
2 seats for how long?
30 years behind home plate.
How old's the kid?
11.
Here's the problem he's got.
The Pirates suck.
That's a good problem. Phil is like, yep, you're
Okay,
right, Cole.
That's right. He takes all this. He's an 11-year-old with a tax problem now.
Yeah, but your parents just kind of deal with that.
Now you're 11-year-old. Your parents now have a tax. I don't know what the value is on 2 seats behind home plate, but
I would think that you could sell the ones you don't want to go to.
I hate to
pay
go to
the
money, but that would
That's
you know,
where- is
you
that
just
where you're
sell
buying?
you just sell the card and you pay your part and you move on. But and you got how many games would you actually get to go to? I don't know where he lives. You know.
I think he's a West Coast kid, too, so I'm pretty sure it doesn't really make a lot of logistical
Yeah.
sense for him. And, I mean, you said it. Reselling the card, getting a better value, paying those taxes just one time, as opposed to all those seats for 30 years.
Josefa said he doesn't think Phil would take that deal. Quentin Clarksville said not worth it. The kid's smart. Tyler Greenwood says look at it as a passive income opportunity.
The fact that they can give away 2 seats behind home plate tells you all you need to know. The fact that there's 2
'cause it's
available.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah. The fact that there are even 2 available to give away.
He did turn down a chance to sit in a suite with Livy Dunn, though. And as a
That was-
12-year-old kid, his friends are probably never let him live that down. I mean, come on.
It'll turn into one of them Zach Arns Faith Hill stories, 30 years down the road.
Yeah, did you hear about what
Yeah.
Libby and I did in the suite?
I turned her down.
What is the most valuable piece of Arkansas memorabilia the Sports Illustrated of Sydney dunking on the Texas guy, or is it the Razorback Cokes? Like when you think of Razorback memorabilia, like something that
there's
would
a lot of those Sports
something that
Illustrated
the
covers, but that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Is
that or they cover after Hog Wild after they won the national championship and Nolan and the
was
team.
President Clinton on that, or
Yeah,
was
I
it?
believe that's right.
Yeah, if that's the that's just kind of where your mind.
Yeah.
If there was one, like in the case, 1-of-1, if that was a one out, what would you make the U of A give you in order to give that up?
The 2028 national championship trophy. And you picked the sport between baseball, men's basketball, and football. I'll take any of the 3.
I would take, and again, I know everyone's going to disagree with me on this, but I would take a basketball national championship over
or
a
sooner.
football one.
2028 or sooner, and the item is yours. So
That would be nice.
Yeah.
So you could just snap your fingers.
If
And
it
make
was only
happen.
that easy. Hey, we're brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. The best brands, always the best prices. Our buddies Lee J and Chris have a lifetime warranty on every new RV they sell at Wheels, so you can always camp with confidence and never worry about a thing with Wheels RV. 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Evan, for me, as we close up this conversation, you have to pay taxes on season tickets. No, you have to pay taxes on
the gift,
winning
the value.
gifts.
Yeah.
It's just a setup. Somehow,
When
some
you get,
way.
there's nothing free. The government is always there with their
Hey,
hand
it's the
out.
federal government. We're here to help you.
Yeah.
And we're here to continue on the morning rush. It's a Tuesday. SEC update next. Game's on later tonight.
Listen to every Razorback football game this season right here. HitThatLine.com.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time, and in about a month, it's going to be baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
Coach, I know disappointment.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
We all make plans for the future, like car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools.
You know, one of the things that the way I like to coach, I solicit a lot of feedback from the girls. And there's that language that you develop with your players that those seniors already know. And so when I'm asking them to do something, they can translate it for me, you know, or when I'm needing feedback from them, they kind of know what I'm wanting to hear.
Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports. New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC finals. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC has got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
You were speaking praises towards Janai Broome yesterday, who had a fantastic game against the Tennessee Volunteers and was named SEC Player of the Week. Tommy, 16 points, 14 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 steals coming off his ankle injury.
In one game. Player of the Week in one game.
Quite a performance in a game that was 53-51. I don't know what the over-under was, but I'm guessing if you had the under, you won some money from what happened in Auburn this weekend.
Yeah, probably so. And, you know, he may be the Naismith Player of the Year. Who knows? I mean, I think probably the Player of the Year out of this conference will probably win that award nationally as well.
I think it's a two-man race between him and Cooper Flagg, basically. Yeah. They already met in Cameron Indoor earlier this season. I think Flagg's probably going to end up winning it just because he's a freshman and everything, but Janai Broome has been awesome, and hopefully he stays healthy. If he doesn't play in the Arkansas game, he doesn't play in the Arkansas game, but wouldn't count on that. Games tonight, Kentucky at Tennessee. Tennessee's, I think, a 9.5-point favorite. South Carolina at Georgia. Oklahoma against Texas A&M. Big key tonight is, I know for a fact Lamont Butler's out. I think Parr might be out too, or Sarr. I forget which one it is, but they're big man. So that'll be curious to see what their health looks like heading into Saturday, Tommy.
Yeah, and they're on the skids right now. Now, if you're going to hit a skid and a little bit of a lull or a losing streak, now's the time to do it, right? And then start ramping your way back up. So every game's important for Arkansas, you know, at where you're at with one win. The tournament's not even a discussion at this point. For Kentucky, obviously, they're ranked 12th in the country this week, even after losing at Vanderbilt.
The stat we've kicked around a few times this morning that you brought up, and you just kind of looked at it over the course of the season, 14 of the 16 SEC basketball teams have been ranked at one point this season. The only ones being LSU, and who was the other one? South Carolina. That's it. That is remarkable. The SEC has won 4 straight national championships in baseball. They've been, again, to every national championship or semifinal since 2006. I would think at the very least you're going to have a team in the Final Four this year. I mean, that would be Greg Sankey. That would be a major disappointment if this team did not at least get a team to the Final Four. Honestly, much less a national championship based on how many teams are probably going to end up in the tournament. I mean, legitimately, you can have a 12-team league. That's what a lot of people are projecting, is that 12 teams from this conference will get into the NCAA tournament. The only ones being like South Carolina, LSU, Arkansas, and I don't know if Oklahoma or who the other one isn't on that list, but I don't even know if that's happened in the history of the NCAA tournament before. I think 8's the maximum that the SEC's ever gotten in. So to add Oklahoma and Texas in basketball, and they're honestly not even that good compared to the rest of the league.
Well, I mean the next 3 weeks are really, have we hit the grind? I don't think we've quite hit the grind yet, but we're about to get to that latter fourth, somewhere between half and 2/3 of your schedule play, where you get about a 2-week period where you just got to gut through it.
Yeah.
And it's usually in college basketball, early February to about late February. And then you start smelling the finish line. You kind of see where you're going to end up, got a good idea, and I think who can battle through the grind is always interesting to me.
I don't know if I should be the one that should rip this guy for saying this, but Archie Miller, your lookalike / brother.
Yeah.
I don't know if you caught the clip.
Doppelganger?
He's at Rhode Island now. He had something interesting to say during a press conference.
Difficult. I heard somebody say the other day, like, the SEC is the best league in the country, but, in all games they're like 54-54. Somebody said that. I don't know if that's even accurate, but, do you know how hard it is in every league, to win? It's just hard to win any game.
Well, being the fact that
there's going to be a winner and a loser
in every single conference game.
It's always kind of probably be 500 in conference play. Yeah. I don't think that is anywhere close to accurate for the total season, right?
No. They the SEC prior to conference play, the SEC only lost either
20 games combined?
No. Like 2 or 3 at home. Sorry.
Home, okay. There was a combined, it's like less than 20 for the league total going into league play.
That's right. Arkansas.
Yeah, that's shocking that the league would be 500 in league play this year.
I mean, think about the race.
They even say that. The SID's got to tackle you before that video gets out, right?
Well, it made its way to social media. Now Miller is getting funny a little bit the last 24 hours. All right, that is your SEC update here on a Tuesday.
And it's brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. They can take care of everything on your project, big or small, and provide you a turnkey solution. They're the number one provider, the number one source for top quality aggregates, asphalt, and ready-mix concrete. So, hey, whether you're looking for a small residential project like sidewalks and a driveway or a large-scale commercial job, APAC has you covered. And like we said, no matter the scale, no matter the size, give them a call. 479-587-3300. You need expert advice, they can help you with that as well with their construction consultant services to keep you on the right track. 479-587-3300 for all your rock, asphalt, and ready-mix needs with APAC and Standard Materials Group.
CJ's Trivia Tuesday coming up in just a bit. Your calls and texts more than welcome. 877-377-6963. Just a reminder, you can always listen to us anywhere on the Hit That Line Now app, powered by Taco Bell. Tommy, one of the things I jotted down this morning. So if you had a choice as an Arkansas fan, you were talking about, well, in 2028 earlier, give me a football, basketball, or baseball national championship, and I'll give you up the card. If you could beat Kentucky this weekend, but you go winless in conference play, you go 2-16 overall, or you could finish it like 6-12 in the league. You can win five more games the rest of the way. Which one are you taking?
6-12.
You take that
Not even close.
over winning Lexington, Colton?
Not even close.
The winning Lexington is nice, but it's really just nice to feel good about Cal and to stick it to Kentucky. I'd rather have something to build on, and 6 wins is a lot more to build on than just 2.
All right, let me flip the question then. Do you think Kentucky fans would take a win versus Cal this weekend and not make the NCAA
The smart
tournament?
ones would say no.
Okay. Well, that's
the smart ones would
that's
say
a hyperbole, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, Kentucky basketball fans, there's some that are off the rails with expectations, but they know their basketball up there.
They love their basketball.
No.
Speaking of intelligence, I think everyone can agree that Jerry Jones is an extremely intelligent businessman. Now, from a management standpoint lately, I think that can be contested a little bit. Now, he got questioned, as he often does, about one of his decisions, which is hiring Brian Schottenheimer as their new head coach. Here were one of his responses in regards to the Dallas Cowboys' new head guy.
I know he's no stranger to this building. I get my proverbial ass kicked over needing people in my comfort zone. Without this thing being about me in any way, if you don't think I can't operate out my comfort zone, you're so wrong. It's unbelievable.
Now, personally, I feel like he kind of knows this guy, and I don't know if that I would necessarily categorize it as that. I will say this, and maybe this is completely opposite of what I've been feeling about the Chiefs the last few days, but I actually hope that Dallas gets to a Super Bowl under Schottenheimer. I mean, every time I listen to Jerry Jones speak, I can tell how bad he wants to win. Doesn't always necessarily do what's necessary to make that happen. But I'm not a Cowboys fan by any stretch of the imagination. But for Cowboys fans who are nearly going on 30 years, we talked about it earlier, on this day in 1996, they won Super Bowl 30 against the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-17. I'm actually wishing something positive for Dallas Cowboy fans, that this thing will work out and that they will actually make it, not just make it, but win a Super Bowl under Schottenheimer moving forward.
I agree. I mean, I'm not a Cowboys hater. I used to be a Cowboys fan. I don't root for them. They're not appointment TV any longer, but I'd love to see them win. Our show's more interesting. The conversations are more fun when the Cowboys are good. And I want them to be great. Their fans are like anyone else. They can be obnoxious. They can be over the top, but they've suffered long enough, and I'd like for Jerry to go out on a winning note.
Who has suffered more since 1997, Arkansas fans or Cowboys fans? It'd have to be Cowboys fans, wouldn't
Probably
it?
Cowboys fans.
I know there's a lot of
Arkansas, at
in
least
both
in that
categories.
time, since you talked about it, has
two SEC.
won the Western Division and been to the SEC championship game twice.
Yeah.
02 and 06 didn't fare well in 02 against Georgia. 06, Reggie Fish play. We all remember that game against Florida.
All too well.
Yeah. Hey, with Gaston's White River Resort, you're talking about places to go and things to do. It's always top of the list, bucket list. We're talking about planning vacations. Why not plan a trip right now to Gaston's? Winter rates are in effect, so you can save some real money on the lodging. And when you talk about the lodging, there's a lot of options you can choose from, cottages and cabins, many with fireplaces, many with kitchens. They've got full house accommodations that can sleep and accommodate up to like 22 people under one roof. And if you need to put several together to put a larger group side by side so y'all can recreate and have a family reunion or a church outing, they can do that. Plus, they got the event center, the conference center, that can easily accommodate 100 plus right there on the grounds as well. Family pool during summertime, nature trails. They've got places, workout room, all of that stuff that you're looking for at Gaston's. 870-431-5202. Ask about winter rates and save some money right now at Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
Streaming live from
HitThatLive.com.
Hey,
this is Hunter Yurtek, Director of Athletics at the University of Arkansas, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Hey, this is Ty Richardson for Jake Neal and his team at Jerry Neal's Barbecue. Jake's dad, Jerry, started cooking barbecue at Jerry Neal's in 1977, and Jake took over and has been doing the same thing ever since. I got ribs the last time I was there. Woo! Man, they were good. Don't forget about the catfish either. It's cooked to order, so it's hot and fresh every single time. The best catfish in the River Valley. Jerry Neal's Barbecue, Catfish, and Catering, 1823 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith.
The best selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already loaded lineup of Grand Design and Forest River products. See the Brinkley Model Z, the latest innovation in luxury fifth wheels. And like always, every new RV comes with a lifetime warranty, so you can camp with confidence. So stop in and find out why Wheels has been voted best RV dealer year after year. Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off of I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
An abundance of knowledge.
I try and avoid medicine most of the time.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Let me grab my car keys and we'll roll.
We still going to that new bar downtown?
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun. Lexi, give me driving directions from home to downtown Bar District.
Autocorrect. Suggest Uber. Pickup. Home. Drop off downtown Bar District.
No, I'm driving.
Suggest the Metro bus. Departing in 12 minutes.
Point taken, Lexi. We'll grab a ride.
If you drink, don't drive. Decide to ride. Brought to you in partnership by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, and Uber.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
At Hug Chevrolet Buick GMC, we dial 782-8940.
This is Joe Calderera with Taliano's Restaurant. We call 782-8940.
Keep warm this winter with a York high-efficiency furnace. Or for more information on endless hot water and a high-efficiency tankless water heater, give Blaylock Heating, Air, and Plumbing Services a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
AAA Business Systems is your printer, copier, and production print solutions provider. What makes AAA unique? Ricoh, Sharp, and Brother Equipment. Fast, friendly service from our office technology experts. All-inclusive service contracts, managed IT services, and 4 locations statewide. AAA Business Systems. Find us online at AAABM.com. AAA Business Systems. Anything else is just a copy.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Bartley.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
I don't even know how I feel because I'm not on it yet. You know, we got a week, and we got Tuesday and Wednesday practices are vital for the rest of the year for us.
So listening to Cal talk about that live with Coach Cal last night. I mean, how do you approach this? Players aren't stupid. They know how important this game is for their head basketball coach, and you almost do your best as a coach to try and underplay this, don't you? As best you can, even though it's really...
Well, in most cases, yes, because most of the time the coach isn't the focus or the center of attention. The players in the game is. But who's always the center of attention when he's around? And that's John Calipari. I don't say it in a negative way, like he does it on purpose. It's just who he is. So I would say that some coaches would take that to deflect the pressure off the team. But I don't know how that works in this case for Saturday. Because he's always, regardless of players, regardless of stakes, regardless of what the game means, he's always the center of attention whenever he's involved.
Cal, Daly, and Jerry Jones walk into a room. Who do Razorback fans gravitate towards first?
John Daly, John Calipari, or Jerry Jones?
Yeah.
Calipari?
You think so?
Yeah.
I would say Daly.
100% John Daly.
You think Daly?
Have you ever sat down and had a conversation with John Daly?
No.
Probably not the most engaging of those three.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of the three. All right.
You may start there. You wouldn't end there.
You're being nice about it, aren't you?
Well, I mean, not of those three, probably the I don't know. They're all going to have great stories.
Yeah.
And when John gets to loosen up with the liquid vibrations,
I thought you were about to say Viagra.
No, I was trying to put it in the right. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure on me sitting next to a wordsmith like you that I don't always get it out right. But all three would be great.
Makes sense.
Calipari would be the one I think would be the most engaging of the three.
I would think that I take pressure off you each and every day with all my screw ups, but I don't know. I don't know what it's like to sit in that chair. I just sit in this one.
The sarcasm went 30,000 feet over his head, folks. Hey, the Super Bowl's coming up. Download the Oaklawn Sports app in the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You can sign up today, and new customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. It's really simple. Once you sign up, you're automatically enrolled, and for the first 10 days, you get a second chance on your first bet of the day up to $100. So if it doesn't work out, they'll give you a free bet up to $100 for the first 10 days. You can use your debit and credit cards when setting up your account, PayPal, Apple Pay, Venmo. You can ACH direct from your bank account, and even on-site cash works just as easy when you're at Oaklawn. So bet with the brand you trust, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with Oaklawn Sports.
I'm ready for one of them Butcher Boys.
Yeah, CJ.
CJ's Butcher Boy. My God.
This is CJ's Trivia Tuesday, presented by CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers in Fayetteville and Russellville.
Now, Doug is a big guy. He couldn't even finish all of his, and I finished all mine.
And he got the number 2, didn't he?
I did too.
Trust me, that is a burger to die for. When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
So 5 head coaches in the history of Kentucky basketball have won national championships. You've got one who's your head coach, and John Calipari. Who are the other 4? 877-377-6963. 5 head coaches have won national championships in Lexington. One's on this campus now. Who are the other 4 to win? Do you know this off the top of your head? Don't obviously say them, but
I think I can name several of them.
Okay.
Obviously, one may have his name on the building, but
that's an easy that's an easy hint right there. So you've got one. You get our number. You got to call in. We're getting text already. You always got to call in if you want a chance to win one of these $25 gift cards, and it's kind of spaced out over time. Cal actually
one coached at a school in this league besides Kentucky. Another one coached at another school in the state of Kentucky.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah.
I think one won his first year as the head basketball coach. Cal gave credit to one of these coaches last night on his radio show. I wasn't familiar with their relationship or whatnot. Again, the 4 coaches that have won national championships in Lexington for a $25 CJ's Butcher Boy Burger gift card, 877-377-6963. So you think about if you want to compare the Alabama dynamics of their football championships versus Kentucky's is spaced out more over time. Bama's got Bear Bryant, Dean Stallings, and Nick Saban. Coach Stallings only won 1. I don't know off the top of my head how many Saban and Bryant won, but they're definitely more spaced out.
Right?
6 each?
6
I don't know.
6 for Bryant, and
did Saban get
get a 7th there in the end? So, yeah, I mean, he was trying to equal and pass Bear Bryant, so, yeah.
Best he can. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Colton, who we got on line 1?
We got Ben in Bentonville.
Ben in Bentonville. What is the answer to our CJ's Trivia Tuesday question? Got to name all 4 names, buddy.
All right. Adolph Rupp, Joby Hall, Rick Pitino, Tubby Smith.
That's it. Yep. That's correct. Ben, hang on the line. We'll get your information off air. He rattled them off pretty quick.
Yep.
Do you think he looked it up?
Do you know the school that who was the other coach in that list that coached at another SEC school?
Well, I know Pitino coached at Louisville, but I got no clue who that.
Tubby Smith.
Where did Tubby Smith coach before Kentucky?
Georgia.
Okay.
Or that was it was after. It was Minnesota. Also Georgia was on his.
I didn't have that. I know it was at Memphis. That's, again, CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers Trivia. 2 great locations in Russellville and in Fayetteville. I was talking with Keith yesterday. He'd love for you to come by and see him at either location. Best burgers, best fries, best shakes in all of Arkansas. Best midday show, halftime coming up next. Phil Wilson, Matt
The
Jones.
selection of RVs is now even better at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV has added Brinkley RVs to the already